Namaste children, welcome back to another session of our chapter, that is nutrition in animals. So in our first chapter, if you will see nutrition in plants, we came to know that plants are autotrophic organisms and they can prepare their own food by a process called photosynthesis. So in this photosynthesis process, yes, they are using some of the materials like sunlight, nutrients from the soil, water, carbon dioxide, and in the presence of chlorophyll they can perform this photosynthesis. Okay, but whereas when you will see in animals, this chlorophyll it is totally absent, so animals cannot prepare their own food, but they require food. So every living organism it want to survive. So for survival purpose, definitely we need energy, and that energy it comes from the food. So animals require food material, but unfortunately as chlorophyll it is absent in animals, they are unable to prepare their food materials. So for food purpose, every time they are depending on plants and on other animals. So now for food material purpose, every animals they are directly depending on the plants, and now they are depending on the other animals as a food material. So that mode of food intake in animals, it is called heterotrophic nutrition. In this heterotrophic mode of nutrition, animal is depending on the plants for nutrients purpose, or it is depending on the other animals for nutrients purpose. So such mode of nutrition we are calling as a heterotrophic nutrition. So all the animals they are performing heterotrophic nutrition. So now the animals they require nutrition. In animals nutrition, if you will observe clearly, few things are playing a key role. The first thing that is includes the nutrient requirement, that is need of nutrients, followed by mode of taking food, how they are taking the food. So this mode of taking food we are calling it as a feeding, and its utilization in the body. So these are the some important steps that are involved in the animal nutrition. One is nutrient requirement. Nutrient requirement is important because the living organism needs energy. So definitely they need the requirement of nutrients. And now the second one is mode of taking food. So the food it is available to animals in different forms. Some animals like your insects, they are sucking the nectar from the flowers, which is a liquid state. Mosquitoes, they are sucking the blood from ours, so which is in a liquid state. We humans are eating solid food like vegetables, fruits, rice, everything. If you are taking a snake python, it can swallow the food. So here after the including requirement of nutrients, it is now about the feeding method, how they are intaking the food into the body, and then now that food material how it is utilized the body. So these are some of the steps that are involved in the animal nutrition. So here the feeding mechanisms, when you will observe children, this feeding mechanism it depends on the size of the animal. So if you will see a snail, it's depending on the grass as a food, and it is chewing with the help of its jaws, muscular jaws. When you are taking in ants, they are eating the sugar, or they are eating the insects, small insects, by a scrapping method. Scrapping method means a method where the food at first it is broken down into pieces, then it is eaten. So this is your scrapping method children, where the first food material it is broken down into smaller pieces and then they are eaten by the living organism. Okay, so the next method, when you will see animals like birds like your eagle, they are eating the flesh. They will pick up the flesh with their beak and they will swallow it. Birds like your hummingbird, yes, it is sucking the nectar from the plants. Sucking is the feeding mechanism over there. Lice, mosquitoes, they are taking the blood as a food material. Again, they are also sucking the blood. Yes, so in case of a butterfly, it is also sucking the nectar from the flowers. When it comes to your housefly, yes, they are depending on the decaying matter where they are, their feeding mechanism it is brewing. So there are some different feeding mechanisms are there, like your Chewing food is one such mechanism that is shown by humans and some other animals. Sucking the fluids, this is another method which is mainly seen by the insects. They are sucking the blood from the humans, or they are sucking nectar from the plants. And the third method, that is scrapping, where the food it is broken down or it is made into pieces first and then it is eaten. Okay, so these are some different feeding mechanisms that we will observe in animals. So now after the feeding mechanism, the important task here it comes, that is your utilization of food, that is your utilization of food by the body. So how the body it will utilize the food? Because in our 6th class only we completed that the food what we are eating, it is present in a complexed form. The food material whatever we are eating, that food material it is present in a complex form. So such a complex form of food material, they are not taken in such form into the means into the cells. So cell cannot take such a complex food materials. So definitely now this complex food material should be break down into simpler particles, and the process where the complex food materials are broken down into simpler substances, this process we are calling as a digestion. Yes, so digestion is a process where the complex food substances are broke down into simpler substances. This particular process we are calling it as a digestion. So in our 6th class already we came to know that the food is consisting of nutrients. So nutrients like carbohydrates, it is a complex form of food material. Now such complex form of carbohydrate, it should be break down into simple forms, that is your sugars. Like a complex carbohydrate, it is made into simple sugar form, which we are saying as a glucose, glucose, glucose form. When we are taking proteins as a nutrients, proteins are the complex food materials. They are further break down into simpler forms, that is called your amino acids. When it comes to your fats, fats are one such food materials which are break down into simple particles, that is called your fatty acids. Fats are broken down into simple particles, that is called your fatty acids. So such a breakdown of complex food materials into their simplest forms, it is called your digestion. The process of breakdown of complex food material into their simple form, we are calling it as a digestion process. So in the digestion process, complex food materials like carbohydrates are broken down into simple sugars form, that is your glucose form. Proteins are broken down into simple forms, that is your amino acids, and fats are broken down into simple forms, that is your fatty acids. Okay, so now when you will observe this breaking down or this digestion process, it requires some of the enzymes in it. So now by the action of the enzymes, the complex to food material, it is broke down into simpler forms, and now this simple form of food material, it is entering into the cell and it is converted into energy form by the action of oxygen on it. Okay, so such a breakdown of complex food materials into simple forms, we are calling it as a digestion. Yes, so now let us see the different types of heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition means same like your autotrophic nutrition in plants, we have categorized into some types. In the same manner, the heterotrophic nutrition is also having different types. So the first method, that is your holozoic nutrition. So holozoic nutrition, it is a type of nutrition where the food material, it is taken into the body either in a form of liquid or a solid matter, and then it is broken down. That method, it is called your holozoic nutrition. At first the food material, it is taken into the body, either it is taken in a liquid form, either the food material it is taken in a liquid form, or the food material it is taken in a solid form. So once the food it is entered into the body, now it will start breakdown into simple particles. That method of nutrition we are calling it as a holozoic nutrition. So most of the animals, they will exhibit this holozoic nutrition only, right from your humans, other animals, insectivorous plants, everything, even insects, they will follow this holozoic nutrition only. So the another method of your nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, that we are calling it as a saprophytic nutrition or saprophytism, where now the animals like your microbes, bacteria, fungi, they will depend on the dead and decomposing matter as a food material. Yes, so it is first externally digested, then it is taken into the body. So first of all, the animals, they are depending on the dead and decaying matter, same like your plants also. Dead and decaying matter, they are depending and taking it as a food material. Such mode of nutrition we are calling as a saprophytism. And the animal which is in this saprophytic mode of nutrition, that is called your saprophyte. The animal which is performing saprophytic nutrition, the animal which is performing saprophytic nutrition, we are calling it as a saprophyte. Yes, so here at first the food material it is digested externally and then it is absorbed into the body. But in holozoic nutrition, what I said, the food material at first it is taken either in a solid or a liquid form. After entering into the body, it is broken down into particles, smaller particles. Now the third method of heterotrophic nutrition, that is called your parasitism. So parasitism is a mode of nutrition where both living organisms are present. Two living organisms are present. One living organism is getting nutrients from the host body, and in return it is causing some harmness or damage to the body. Like in humans body, if you will see the lice, mosquitoes and the worms that are present in the intestine, they will come under parasitic mode of nutrition, where they are depending on our body. So we are the host body here, and in return they are harming our body. Such mode of nutrition where two living organisms are present, and these two living organisms, one is called as a host cell, it is giving shelter, and another one it is called as a parasite. So now this parasite is depending on the host cell, taking nutrients and shelter from the host cell, and in return this parasite it is causing some damage to the host cell. So altogether your heterotrophic mode of nutrition, it is mainly categorized into three types. One is holozoic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition and parasitic nutrition. Along with this mutualistic nutrition, it is also another mode of nutrition which is almost equal to your symbiotic nutrition in plants. Two living organisms are present, and two living organisms, this is your mutualistic nutrition, where two living organisms are present and both the living organisms, they are equally benefited. Such mode of nutrition we are saying it as a either a mutualistic nutrition or it is a symbiotic nutrition. Understood children? In our today's class we came to know that animals require energy for their growth and survival. So they are depending on the plants and other animals as a food material. It's called your heterotrophic nutrition. And in heterotrophic nutrition, it first involves the requirement of nutrients, followed by the feeding methods, and then utilization in the body. So as we are taking the complex food materials, that must be broken down into simpler particles, and the process where the complex food it is converted into simpler particles, we are calling that process as a digestion. It is called your digestion process. So in this digestion process, involvement of enzymes we will observe. So again we even had seen the different types of heterotrophic nutritions. we even had seen different types of heterotrophic nutritions. First one is your holozoic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, and even mutualistic nutrition in animals. So this is one such good example of holozoic nutrition, that is holozoic nutrition in amoeba, which we will study in our further classes. So the holozoic nutrition, it involves 5 different steps. One first step, that is ingestion, which is meant by taking food into the body. The second step, ingestion, it is followed by the second step, that is digestion. You already know now what is digestion. Digestion means it is a breakdown of complex food into simpler substances. Then digestion is followed by the third step, that is absorption, where the digested simpler food materials are simplest form of food materials, it is absorbed by the cell level. Okay, then absorption is followed by assimilation, where now this absorbed food material which are present in the cell, they are utilized, they are used up to produce the energy. That is your assimilation process. Then the last step, that is your egestion. So egestion is a process where we will see the removal of undigested food material. So when you are using the simplest form of food, a quantity of food, it is not at all utilized, it's not at all broke down. Such a food material, we are calling it as a undigested food. So now egestion is a process where the undigested food material, it is removed from the body. Yes, so in detail about these different steps of holozoic nutrition, we are going to discuss in our next classes. So children, as today's activity, open your textbook, and in your page number 11 of your textbook, there is an activity, that is various modes of feeding. So in that tabular column, if you will see, this is the tabular column that is there. Yes, various modes of feeding. So that tabular column is divided into 3 parts: name of the animal, kind of food material taken, and mode of feeding or feeding methods. So complete the table in your page number 11, children, by watching this slide, and start reading your textbook. Okay children, thank you so much.